Very good morning, Padma Shri Rai sir, Honorable Chancellor of SGT University, Vice Chancellor of SGT University Madan Mohan Chaturvedi ji, Managing Trustee Chawla ji, and my good friend Shri Atul Kumar Nasa ji, the Pro Vice Chancellor, and the leaders of the and all the SGT University management, teachers, faculties, and my co-speakers of this day, Shri Pranshuman Roy and Shri Prashant Tandonji, who have offered a stage day which has been set for this today's the Synergy 2024. I think that makes me my responsibility more with respect to my talk because a lot has been covered by them, which makes me immensely vulnerable to bring some of those topics which are on the healthcare, because my mandate is mostly with respect to the healthcare and the drugs and all. I think again I says that the qualifying for me today to stand before you is again my good friend in the regulatory Atul Kumar Nasaji, who has invited me for this important event of SGT since they have started it. I think from 2016 I have seen the first slide which is coming, the first poster which I have seen while coming over here with the rise up, and we could see that in 7 years the way it has been progressed and all, and the word synergy which has really coined in that sense. I think probably we at the Pharmexcil, which is a Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council of India, which has been formed in 2004 under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, to see that the pharma industry in the country being promoted globally. We all know that I think the pharma industry has started with a very humble beginning. If you can know that it has started with 700 rupees. I think as a country which we have started long back in 1901 with 700 rupees kind of an industry, and now it is almost like around 60 billion US dollars. So in these years, how we have really come a long way from 1901 from 2 up to 2024. In that sense, the way we have progressed and all, I was really bowled by the kind of information and knowledge what Rai Sahab has having with respect to the pharma sector and how it has progressed when he has when I had a chat with him during the tea time. And it's remarkable that he has seen the progress of the pharma industry also in this country. In that sense, when I talk about the pharma industry, we are 60 billion US dollars of this as of now when I'm talking. And as a mandate for our Pharmexcil, we promote around almost half of it to the world, almost exporting it to 200 countries globally, and we are known as the pharmacy of the world. I think that will can kindly I think you can take the proud and privilege of having the pharma industry in this country, which is of has scaled to that heights and all. It in fact the next part of the poster which I have seen is how this is going about India at 2047. I think we also have a vision for the pharma sector in 2047 where it will be progressing. I can give you it stepwise. 2030 it will be around, expecting at about a 130 billion US dollars, and 2047 it will be around 450 billion US dollars. This is the kind of projections which we have, which is so ambitious and all. And definitely it will be a sector which will be looking at ahead, and a pharmacy is as a faculty, as a sector, as an organization, and also in the teaching and all in the university. This will be very important, pivotal for us to produce that kind of a human capital to really take it to that level. I think the universities here and the pharmacy faculty here, and as a overall healthcare, drug is one of the important point, and it's one of the important component, a drug and device of those things, and are very important. So that's why we have to leverage this kind of a requirement for the global health, and that way probably the students who are here and the teaching faculty over here, they have to recognize this kind of a opportunity that we will be having by 2030 and 2047, because the students which will be joining over here will be around 15, 17 years or 18 years of old, and by the time they come out of this university will be 21, and from here onwards, like what tendency and as Vanshuman has said, that from 23 years of from here onwards they will be having the career choosing opportunity with respect to how and where they have to really go into the various various verticals of where it can really get into that one. It can be R&D, it can be the manufacturing, it can be analytical, it can be clinical trials, it can be the CDMO, that is what we call as contract drug manufacturing and all those things. These are the places where these students have to be really guided to, because once they come out of it again, they will be finally looking at where they have to it. We have seen went to a round of those innovations and all those things and all. In fact, they have to really get converted into the products, patents, and all those importance has to be finally has to be marketed into a sense of that one, because all these years as a sector we have been very good at our generics as a very small molecules and all, and now we have to metamorph or rather go into the next level of it, is that more of into complex generics, biosimilars, biopharmaceuticals, and of course the gene therapies and all. These are very important things which are now looking at it, because we have come to a plateau stage, and then from here, unless we as a country we always boast and saying that we are at, in terms of volume we are at the third place in the global, and in terms of value we are at the 14th place. So you just try to change it. We have to, as a situation as will be coming, that from the volume, then we have to go to the value side. I think probably we have to look at the more at the value side and all. In that sense, if we have to concentrate in that value chain, if you want to go on to that curve, that value curve and all, then I think we have to look at those more important molecules which are coming into the pipeline, the drugs which are being off patented in the next maybe in the next decade. It is almost like a 250 billion USD dollars are there which are coming off patent. Even the biosimilars also are getting off patented. These are the things which will be, you have to catch up with those things and all. I think probably as a faculty of this SGT University, you are supposed to guide the students to look at those things and all the opportunities coming up, and they have to be guided to those kind of a manufacturing sector where they are taking up and all. I think we are our strength is more also in the vaccine sector, because we could able to produce them at a scale and all. You could see that the world got shut in March 2020 due to the pandemic, but March 2021 we had the first vaccine. We had the first dose of the vaccine of the Covaxin and all. So we had indigenously produced the vaccine. We could able to leverage that kind of a strength within us, and so we can also go with the other vaccines can be produced in the market. So these are some of those thought processes which I am talking about, and still the kind of statistics which I can give you is that US is one of the biggest market for us, then is a Europe, and then the other countries which are coming up. So our 60 to 70% of the market which goes to the US and Europe, and also to the African countries and the rest of the world. So I think if you can appreciate that, I think US in the last decade has saved their budgets of 1.3 trillions with respect to the consumption of the generics, because 90% of their prescription drugs are from the generics, and these have been produced by and they have been supplied by India, and maybe they are looking for the next 5 years also to the same tune of 1.3 or 1.5 trillions of it. As of now, the generic market is almost like 1.6 to 1.9 trillions and all, and it is going up to the next level. So I think we have to catch up with these kind of the opportunities in the global scenario. My appeal to the faculty and the learned all the teachers and all, to see that the students try to grab those kind of opportunities in terms of their in terms of the career building when they are go out of the university, and try to see where they can really fit into it. There are opportunities with respect to the R&D, because as a country, I think probably the Padma Shri Ji Raiji can also can understand that government of India is trying to earmark almost like a 1 lakh crore for R&D, and this is the where we have to really look for it. Is there is a component that industry and institution, this is the synergy which they are looking at, and try to catch it early. They try to catch it early in the sense what I've seen in those stalls and all, the kind of innovation, the brains which they are using, the ignited minds which they are trying to use it. Probably the industry should look at that kind of a time where they could able to catch it very early and try to fund it, and also the government as an institute also try to get that kind of a fund from the government to see that these kind of innovations, whatever it may be, startups or whatever it may be, they get converted into the products and they get marketed it in, and also the institution can be a part of that entire business value chain also, so that the university also get funded in that sense. So you can understand these are the some of those opportunities that even the government of India is trying to see it. The R&D is one of the biggest thing that the big ticket on the mind of the government, and to see that because the 2030 and 2047, these are the things which the government has really looking for it and want India to be as I think Pranshuman and Tendenji was trying to tell, that we are now at as a 3.6 or 3.7 trillions kind of a things, and pharma is one of those prime sectors which is contributing to the Indian economy, to the GDP and all, and it is at the fourth place as of now. Is one of the focus sectors and all, and probably it will be at that point in time in 2030 and 2047 also the prime sector in being the sector which will be looking at for the Indian economy. And you all know that at this point in time also, I think the pharma sector gives around the employment for almost like a 2.6 million. And I'm little skeptical that in this 2.6 million, what is the women population? This is where I think probably we are seeing a lot of girls coming into the pharma. Pharma opting the pharma as one of their career opportunities and all. But they are opting, they are completing, and but whether they are being employed into that level is really important. I think that is the way we want to look at. And the other day I have talking at the Economic Times and all, the percentage of women in employment is at a very minimum level. That has to rise to a different level, because not only at the R&D and the manufacturing I think it is very little, and marketing is almost as a minimal level it is. I think this is the way the opportunities are still there, because globally, finally, if you can manufacture and if you can't market in a sense that way, I think you will not go anywhere. So what I request is that the faculty should encourage the girl students also, because I think if you can see the pharmacy education and all, I think must be 40% girls will be there. More than that, I don't know, you must more than that. I think 40% of the students are from the girls and all. I think we should enable them, empower them to see that they take the seriousness into the marketing. Marketing is one good opportunity, because I have gone through the different parts of the world and all, where the companies, they are very much impressed by the way the marketing from the girl students and all, they have taken up and all, the entrepreneurship from them. These are very important for them. So this is why one of my focus points for that one to try to tell on those lines and all. I think if you can leverage all these aspects, and if the faculty can try to guide them in a sense that and all those things, I think probably as a university you are doing a great service to this particular branch of science and all, which has really produced something and all, and we are looking for one of those innovative molecules from different parts of the universities and all, and I think unless we try to look for the industry and institution synergy and try to take up those kind of the invisible hand, that is finance, which is actually required for these things and all, probably I think it will not give the greater results on that. I think we also request since I think last week and all the world got stuck with the demise of the Tatas and all, the Tatanji and all, but as a 1MG, I think I have seen them and all, they are progressing in the marketing with respect to the what you call the digital systems and all, the marketing and all. I think the students also should look at that kind of a comprehensive drug monitoring system, which is required in this point of time, because this has many a system which is definitely will be looking, and the data analytics are going to be making a very big thing. I think the AI and ML, which is a buzzwords and all, I think these are going to be big words and all, and the students have to really come up with a big way to look at those kind of opportunities with respect to data analytics, because the platforms which has been created by 1MG, there are many other platforms which are coming up, and the kind of data which is there in terms of the drug which is being manufactured, which has been distributed to the last mile, and if you can take the analytics of those things and all, it will give you a sense of that where is a particular therapeutic drug is moving into the market, and where in the which pockets it is going, and if you can intervene into that one, because of the sales of that particular product, if it is there in a particular pocket, you can understand that there is a disease prevalence there. And the moment you know that there is a disease prevalence, I think the government as such and also the healthcare providers which are there, they can also can intervene into it. This is the kind of systems which the world is also looking at. I think with two giants here on the IT and all, definitely I think probably they as a systems and the students can take the help of them and how to go about it. I think these are some of those thought process which I thought I can put before you as a university, and they can, because this is the seat of knowledge. This is the place where we think the students can learn a lot on those things and all. And these are some of my points from the Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council of India. Uh, and as a council which we always encourage in terms of the manufacturers, the sector and all, to go to the next level of it and try to be at the global standards and all, so that our exports grow, and the name which has been given to us as the pharmacy of the world. And I always say that we have been always tried and tested, and let now you be trusted also the industry and all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.